Hi, long time no see. Um, so yeah, I haven't been posting anything in a really long time, and I know I said that, when we're on quarantine, I'm gonna be posting every day. I lied. So I'm just gonna post when I feel like it again, and if someone watches, and if you don't, that's fine too, because I don't expect much to come out of this. So, like, I also really like this shirt because I like the ruffle, but you can kind of see my bra straps, and that's not cute. But whatever. So today we're going to be talking about a movie that has been stuck in my brain since I saw it. This movie came out, I think, 2006. I should have looked it up beforehand, but I didn't prepare in that way. So it came out in like 2006. So I was like 5 years old watching it or so. I think before that actually, because it came out before Mean Girls did, because it was produced by Disney. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the movie is called Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, and this movie is spoke to me as a child. Well, I wrote down when the movie came out. It came out in 2004. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it came out in 2004, and I know I didn't watch it when I was 3 because I don't have any memories of watching it when I was 3, but I know I was very young. So I probably watched it in like 2005 or 6 because when I was a kid, I would stay up all night and watch like the reruns of Disney Channel movies and George Lopez doing his little splits and all that. So yeah, it kind of shaped who I am as a person today, which is kind of sad, especially watching it. Because when I watched this movie, I hated Lola. Lola's the main character played by Lindsay Lohan. I hated her so much. But the thing is that was me. So in conclusion, I hate myself. But what's new? What's new? Nothing's new. Nothing's changed. Same old stuff. Um, I hadn't seen it forever before watching it, but I remember it was iconic, and it still is. But I have some issues, okay? Because now that I have grown up into a person, I've grown up, matured a little bit more, I'm just kind of like, I have, I have some issues, okay? Um, so yeah, Lindsay Lohan is there. It's great. I used to love Lindsay Lohan. Of course, she got old off the deep end, but honestly, she just needed our help, not our help. Who am I to say our help? I was like 6, but no, she needs like professional help. But at the same time, who am I to say what some person needs? I don't even know. So it is what it is. And also Megan Fox is there. She deserved so much better. There's a video called Megan Fox Deserved Better. I haven't personally watched it, but if I watch it and I think it's good, I'm gonna put it in the description box below because she deserved a lot better. Michael Bay did her dirty, and like everyone just allowed Michael Bay to do her dirty, and that's not cute at all. But anyway, she's there, so that's amazing, and she's so pretty. It's crazy. But yeah, so basically, what I'm gonna do, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this for like multiple videos. Maybe I'll like start like a series of um movies I used to watch back in the day that people don't really talk about a lot. But I'm just gonna talk about the movie, recap it, and then talk about some tidbits, my thoughts, my feelings, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. If this video goes well, then I'll post it, and then 2 people will watch. So shout out to y'all. Um, so one thing first, I remember being so confused about like what was reality and what wasn't in this movie because okay, so the general premise of the movie is that there's these 2 girls, Lola and her friend, played by this one white girl who she looks really familiar, and I just can't place where I've seen her face before, but she looks so familiar. She has blonde hair and a round face. So that could be anybody, but we'll call her Jennifer Lawrence. So they're trying to go to a movie together. Okay, so I'm sorry, start from the beginning. Lola, Lindsay Lohan, moves from New York, which is the greatest city in the world in her eyes, and she goes to New Jersey. And she's like, oh my god, I hate New Jersey. Boo. And then when she goes there, she's obsessed with this band called Sid Arthur. And then she meets this girl who's her friend. They go to a concert, blah, blah, blah. And that's pretty much it. That's like the general gist of the story, right? But I remember when I was a kid, I was so confused about like what was real and what wasn't in that movie. Because like there's these different parts of it where it's just like a storyboard cut out, like actions, you know what I mean? Like a pop up book. It's just like a pop up book, and then she just does stuff. But when I was a kid, I was stupid, so I didn't know if it was real or fake, and I was like, what is this movie trying to do? Like it was like for me, it was like 2004 Inception, and I was like, what the heck? Oh my god, I cannot put it together. I cannot put the pieces together. And honestly, I still kind of can't as an adult, which is a little worrying. But I can't figure out if some parts of the movie where it goes into a storyboard formation, like at the end of the movie when she makes her transformation as a person. So is that real or is that fake? You'll see what I'm saying in the end. But anyway, um, So she goes there, and one thing about the movie too is that Lola's name, she really is a drama queen, like flat out. Her name is Mary, okay? And she's like, you know what, Mary, that's not me. I'm Lola. So she renames herself Lola, but her mom's just like, nah, you're Mary. And she's like, nah, I'm Lola. So it's like that whole little thing going on, but like not really going on, but it's like happening. So that was rude. I had to take care of that. That was very rude. But anywho, I was talking about how being with your family on quarantine, I swear, this is a test and a trial because oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, her and her mom are going back and forth about the Lola thing. It's kind of funny though because I did have a friend back in middle school, like in 6th grade. Well, anyway, I had a friend back in the day, and she renamed herself Lola. So that was the thing that happened. I thought she renamed herself Lola after Lola from Gossip Girl, and I was kind of just like, why would she name herself after that snake? But no, I think she renamed herself after Lola in this movie, Teenage Confessions of the Teenage Drama Queen. That's the name of the movie. But yeah, so that happened. Um, Also, this movie is the reason I wanted to be an actress too, because Lola wanted to be an actress, and she was like, "That's my destiny. That's my path." When I was a kid, I was like, "That's also my path. I'm gonna be an actress." But I can't even I can't talk regularly, so like, how could I be an actress? Make it make sense. But yeah, so she's also like really obsessed with this band called Sid Arthur, and that's like the only thing in her world that gives her like solace and joy. And one line that she always says is, "Stu Wolf is the greatest poet of our time. He's the greatest poet since Shakespeare. He is the best. He is God." Stu Wolf. We'll find out more about him later, but I can kind of relate to it though, because especially but especially now like being a stan and stuff. Like honestly, since 5th grade until now, I've been a stan of like multiple different like people, bands, whatever. But like that honestly is stan culture. I've never been like to the point where I was like, this person is like should be worshipped or whatever, because I have morals and I'm a person who has a brain who that works and functions. But a lot of people are like that. So to me, it was kind of like I took her obsession with Sid Arthur as like some people like an army. You know what I mean? Like some BTS fans that are just like I love BTS. Uh, Taehyung is my oppa. I can't relate, but like I get it, but like I can't relate. You know what I mean? I have sympathy, but I can't empathize. So yeah, she also has a poster size, like a wall size poster of Stu Wolf, which is kind of weird. Like, why did her mom let her get like an entire wall poster? Like, I kid you not, it's like little fat heads from back in the day. Is that? But it's all Stu Wolf, and he's like shirtless, and it's really weird. But also, I have my poster right here, so I just wanted to I wanted to feel one with Lola. You know what I mean? Another thing about Lola that I feel like rubbed off on me is that her style is impeccable, but like people in her school don't really get it, and I relate to that. But at the same time, I kind of look outside myself, and maybe I was just looking a hot mess. Because okay, like with Lola, she has like a bohemian thing that goes on sometimes, and sometimes she's like quirky, and sometimes she's like preppy, and it changes and it always looks good and coordinated because she has infinite money and she has like an entire styling team because it's a movie, it's not real life. Me, on the other hand, when I used to go to school, I'd be coming up in there looking like Janet Jackson in the Rhythm Nation video, and I don't get any compliments. And I said, I know I look good. Maybe I didn't. So, I had to think about myself a little bit. Anyway, moving on. Um, so Lola, when she moves to New Jersey with her family, at a city called Delwood, but she calls it Deadwood because she's so cool and she can't handle like not being in the city or whatever. And so when she moves, she finds one friend, and her name is Ella. I don't know the actress's name, but she looks so freaking familiar. So if anyone knows who the actress's name is, please put it in the comments because she's just white. Okay, she's white, brown face, blonde hair, blue eyes, short. I cannot remember her name, but anyway, her character's name is Ella. They become friends, but only because they both see the pins of Sid Arthur on their bags, and she's like, "Oh my god, you like Sid Arthur?" That's what Lindsay Lola says to Ella, and then Ella's just like, "Yeah, oh my god, you like them too?" And she's like, and then Lindsay Lohan says, "Yeah, he's the greatest poet since Shakespeare," which she says, I kid you not, like at least 15 times in the movie. Go off, do you? So that was pretty cool, but also, see, that's the thing too. It also rubbed off my life in the fact that when I was in 9th grade, my best friend of high school, we were only friends, like not only friends, but our friends sort of sprouted from the fact that we both like Ariana Grande. That's all I gotta say. Um, but yeah. So one thing about it too is that I never realized how like dramatic she was and how into things she is. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I just thought, yeah, this is normal behavior for a teenager. This is how teenagers should be and should act. And so that's probably why, subconsciously I act the way I do. Like, when you're really into something, you're really into it, but you're only into like one thing at a time. You know what I mean? Which I don't think I'm not like that anymore, but definitely when I was like in middle school, like the early years of high school, I could relate. For instance, Lola has a literal book of like different cutouts and pictures and like it's like what are those boards? Like those things people used to have back in like 2014 about like where they wanted to go, inspiration boards or something like that. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about? Like those little, yeah, she has like one of those, but like a lookbook, but it's like an actual book, and it's just covered pictures of Stu Wolf, which is really weird because when you stand someone, you have to remember this is literally just a person. This is flesh and bones. This is dust. They may be talented, may be attractive, this, that, and the other, but they're a person. You gotta like chill. You can't have a picture book of people. I feel kind of stupid now, but it's not the same. It's not the same. um, moving on. So then, Lola, she finds this one boy who's gonna be like the boy toy. He's not really important, but he'll come up later in like my retelling of it. But I don't remember his name, but he looks like Jess from Mean Girls, kind of, but like less cute because he's not like the boy that plays Jess. What's his name? The dude from This Is Us. Joe Manganiello. That's not his name. Yeah, anyway, Joe Manganiello. I'm gonna call him Joe from now on. Joe Manganiello. So yeah, that's her boyfriend. But they never really like officially make the deal. It was just really weird what their relationship is too, because he only comes up, he'll do whatever she needs her to do, but at the same time they're not together in any kind of way. But they both kind of like feel each other. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's happening there. But anyway, at one point it's kind of funny because she closes up and zooms in on his butt, and his butt looks like this. That yeah. So it's really hot in here, girls. Later on in the movie, she goes over to Ella's house for the first time, and she takes her bike over there because that's all she does, ride her bike everywhere. And it's just funny to me how when she's going through the gated community that Ella lives in, she's just like, I'm exactly the kind of riffraff they don't allow in here. I'm just like, girl, you're a 15-year-old white girl. Whatever. She's the kind of riffraff they don't allow. So, I'm trying to see what else happens in here. When she's at Ella's parents' house, her and Ella like they like bond or whatever, which is not really that interesting. But what is interesting is that Ella's mom brings some popovers. She's like, yeah, here's some popovers, and she's just like, wow, my mom never makes popovers. And she's like, oh, well, I gotta just put them in the microwave. And so then Lola's just like, my mom doesn't believe in microwaves. She thinks they're the devil's hands, or she's just something like that. Basically, she doesn't believe in microwaves. Her mom does, and so then the suburban mom just cannot handle that. She's like, oh my god, I've never seen someone take out like a vendetta on a appliance, which is like, I don't know why they portray suburban people as like complete closed-minded idiots. And these are just New Jersey though. I mean, I've never personally been to New Jersey, but I used to live in like a northern state, and I lived in the suburbs too, and people don't really like that. But also, I don't know, maybe it's just a different perspective or something, or maybe it's just because it's a movie. But I feel like if you did want to go somewhere in America to find people who were like really just like closed-minded people, probably go to like the South. I mean, like, it wasn't like she was in like Texas or like Alabama or something. She was just in New Jersey. They're like 5 seconds from New York. You don't think any of like the urban lifestyle has kind of rubbed off? But whatever. I don't know how New Jersey is, so shout out to the New Jerseyans. But the thing is that at some point she like runs out because Ella says like, well, your mom is a little strange, and so then Lola just like zoops out of the like house. She just goes and she goes to ride her bike, but Ella follows her out because she's trying to be like a good person, a good friend, or whatever. And then Lola is just like, you know what? No, my parents aren't divorced. What had happened was, and it goes to the picture book, the storybook retelling of the story. She said what had happened was that my parents were in love with each other, and they were married, but they were also like, I was a love baby, but they were also married at the same time because that's how it works. And then my dad was like driving, but after the mom had the kids, and then he got like on his motorcycle, and then like he got hit by a car, and then like he died. And then that's like what she tells Ella, and then Ella just starts crying. She's like, "Oh my god, your dad's dead. I'm so sorry for being so mean about your divorced mom." And she's like, "Oh well, it's fine, whatever." So that'll come into play later on. But anyway, the next day, now we were at school, and Megan Fox, I don't remember her name. Oh no, I do remember her name because I had to watch half the movie today and like half like a couple of days ago. Her name was Carla. I'm gonna call her Megan Fox. Megan Fox is like way better than Carla. No offense to anyone named Carla, but if you're named Carla, your parents did you dirty. But I'm named Raja, so I'm on the talk. Anyway, Megan Fox, she wasn't really a villain, but like she wasn't really a mean girl. She had like mean times. She had one mean time, honestly. She was just like the other girl. You know what I mean? She was already the HBIC, and then she had another girl come in there and try to be like, "No, I'm the new leader now." And she was like, "No, because I've been going here for how long, and like everyone likes me here, so I'm gonna take my spot." Which I mean, I can't relate to, but at the same time, it's not like I think that's the thing that makes you a villain, though. You know what I mean? Like that just makes you like set in your ways, I guess, more so. But there was nothing really wrong with her. But anyway, she was also prettier, but Megan Fox is just pretty. So that's how it goes. But what happens is that Megan Fox is in the locker room one day, and she tells the teacher, Mrs. Bagoli, and she's like, "Mrs. Bagoli, we should do this book with Eliza Doolittle. What's it called? Pygmalion? Yeah, we should do Pygmalion for our play." And then Miss Bagoli's like, "Yeah, but then we should do it in modern day." And she's like, "Yeah, that'd be so cool." So then that's what they do for the musical. Um, But something that really stuck out to me during the musical scene is that, of course, Lola wants to go for Eliza because she wants to be an actress. That's her chosen profession. And then Megan Fox wants to be Eliza. We don't really know why exactly, but I mean, she is the one who pitched the whole idea of doing, the musical anyway and having it set in modern day. So basically, she put the musical together and expected herself to star in a musical and then was turned down, which does not make sense. But what's funny is Lola, Lola's her audition song. Okay, so she has like this whole hissy fit about like, "Oh, I can't audition on the spot. That's not what I can do. I'm not talented enough for that." But girl, if you're like really about that life, you can do it at any moment. Grab a hat, go. So after she goes to hissy fit, Mrs. Bagoli's just like, "Okay, well if you want to like be like a brat about it, then you can go first." And she's like, "Oh my god, okay, well fine." And so then she performs a song by Sid Arthur called "Don't Move On." And I remember as a kid, this was played off to be like a lot more like impactful, I guess I should say. This was awful. Oh my god. Lindsay Lohan, she was a subpar singer. Lindsay Lohan can sing as well as I can, which is not saying a lot at all because I cannot sing, as anyone who's seen one of the singing videos I've done would know. So the lyrics of the song, though, which are supposed to be like all deep and meaningful, when I thought when I was 3 years old, I was 4 years old. I don't know how old I was, but even when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh my god, these are so nice and meaningful and deep." And the lyrics are literally, people are waiting, so don't move on. People are waiting to get outside so they can shine, so they can sparkle. Don't move on, don't move. And it's also weird to me how like it's so dramatic and she's just like, "Yeah, don't move on. Yeah, oh yeah, go." And then everyone just claps for her. And I don't get how is that she can sing that, but if I sing like Jamais Vu, like at my Greece graduation, at my Greece audition, then I'm a career, but it doesn't really make sense. But whatever, I'm just gonna let it pass. But anyway, they later on after the auditions, like I guess it's like the next day. I think it's Saturday, which is weird too because I don't think schools are even open on Saturdays, but this one is. I don't know, but the callback sheets are posted. um, and so Megan Fox and Lola and both the sidekicks, the two best friends, the sidekicks, they both run into the school and like have like a whole little maze thing to get to like see the paper, which is really weird. Like, why are y'all doing like a 5K marathon through the school? Like, that's gonna change anything. Who gets to see it first? Like, no, if you get it, you get it, and if you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Lola gets the lead, of course, so she's the main character. And then Megan Fox is just like, "Oh, well, I got the mother, or some old lady, I don't know." And she was like, "Well, at least it's like a really impactful role, and she has like some merits in the play or something like that." Which I mean, I don't understand how they made that seem like Megan Fox was a bad character or a bad person, because all she's saying is that, like, I didn't get the role I wanted, but you know the role I got, she's also has some merits. She's worth, you know, she's a good character. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they construe that in our childish heads to be like, yeah, she's awful. But whatever. Later on though, I think it's that same day or the next day or so, Sid Arthur breaks up. So it's like a thing on the radio, and Lola's just like, oh my god, Sid Arthur broke up. And so then something I remember so vividly and that I thought about like all the time was when Lola found out the next day at school. I think it's like that Monday. She comes to school wearing like all blacked out, you know, with her outfit. She's wearing glasses. She has balloons for, you know, to send them off, like send off their music careers or something. I don't know, but she just has like a mourning period when Sid Arthur breaks up, and it doesn't end until she's able to go to that concert, the reunion concert. Not really the goodbye concert. That's what you call it, the goodbye one. So Ella and Lola are like, you know, passing out like flyers for, I'm not exactly sure what. They're passing out flyers to, like, I guess inform people of Sid Arthur breaking up. But why? Like, it's public information. Like, if Sid Arthur's as big as, like, by the way she made it seem, Sid Arthur's like their version of like a BTS, a One Direction, or like the Beatles or something. So why wouldn't everyone know already? Like, why would you have to like spread awareness about them? If people don't care, then people don't care. Like, just okay, whatever. I didn't care. I was watching the movie. But hey, whatever. I didn't really care when One Direction broke up either. But I'm probably gonna get eaten by like One Directioners. So anyway, they go to the mall to pass out the flyers, and when they're at the mall, they see Megan Fox there, and she's there, and she's doing her Dance Dance Revolution because she's the queen of Dance Dance Revolution, and she's everyone. She's the highest score. And then Lola comes up there, and she's like, you know what? I bet I can beat her. Which I understand why Megan's mad. Lola cannot take. Just leave her alone. Why can't you just let her have one thing that she's good at? She just wants to play Dance Dance Revolution. Why is this such a big deal to you, Lola? Just get a life, get a job, okay? Start a business, do something. Anyway, she beats her Dance Dance Revolution. Also, anyone who's seen this movie or seen that clip of Dance Dance Revolution, they know that that game does not work like that at all, okay? I'm not sure how she was like, pew, 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 pew. But I've never been able to play Dance Dance Revolution. I mean, I can't dance in real life either, but I just don't understand how you can, like, is anyone, if you're good at Dance Dance Revolution, like, please let me know in the comments, because how does anyone do that? Like, I could never do it. I would just, like, sit there and then be like, go to the left, and be like, left, go to the right, go to the right, and then be like, crisscross applesauce. I'm like, what? Slow down. You know what I mean? I could never do it. I don't know. Maybe I could now, but whatever. It's just funny to me too how when Lola plays 2 rounds of Dance Dance Revolution, she acts like she just won like the Boston Marathon, and everyone's like cheering and stuff. She's just like, I did amazing. Like, bro, all you do is jump around for like 5 seconds. But anyway, so then she and Ella figure out Lola figures out a way. I kind of missed this part. It didn't really make sense, so it didn't stick in my head. But some type of way, she figures out how to get to go to the concert, the goodbye concert. But then Ella's just like, no, I can't go because I don't want to lie to my parents. Because Lola's idea is just like, we're just gonna go and gonna tell your mom that you're staying over at my house, and then it's gonna be fine while we go to New York and like go to the concert. But then Ella's just like, no, I can't lie to my parents because like I'm a good girl. And so then it was just so stupid that this even happened, because all she has to do is be like, okay, Lola's just like, oh my god, you're crying? No, don't cry. Everything will be good. So then she just goes to her mom, and she's like, Mom, can you talk to them about us going to the concert? And so then Ella's parents are just like, oh, you like Sid Arthur? Yeah, sure, you can go, whatever. We're going to New York anyway, so you can just stay with us in the Hilton while we, go. So why was that such a big deal then? Like, I don't understand why was there a need for that plot point? It wasn't even a plot point, but it's just something that happened. Why was there a need for that if there was no like payoff? It happened and got paid off in 5 seconds, and so it didn't get enough time to even care about it. I don't know, that was just dumb. But anyway, another thing about that though is that Ella's parents are just like, oh, you really love that they Sid Arthur people, huh? So they act like they don't know, one, that their daughter likes a band, and then two, that their daughter, who they seem to be like so like enamored with, because she's their only child too, they don't even know who the band is. So like, even if you didn't know your daughter liked them, they're literally the Beatles. How did you not know about them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about the Beatles, but they're literally like One Direction or BTS. How do you not know? Like, at this point, I think that you could even go to like Alabama and go like to some dude and be like, hey, you know who BTS is? And they'd be like, yeah, something xenophobic and racist. But they would at least know who they are. You know what I mean? Like, although it would be very offensive, and I'd probably have to punch him in the face, and then he punched me in the face, and then I'd be taken to jail because I'm black, or I'd probably just get lynched because it's Alabama. But they'd still know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that. But anyway, moving on. So Lola can't find anything to wear to the concert, so she goes to big hissy fit over, of course. And her mom's just like, "Girl, the car costs like $500 or $600 to get fixed, and she has to buy a new kiln because she's a potter. Potter? Yeah, she's a potter. And she's a potter, so she has to buy a new kiln. So she's just like, okay, I don't have any money, so just find something to wear from your closet or mine." And then Lola's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. So she gets the boy that likes her, I guess. And honestly, I kind of got vibes that he might have been gay. But anyway, she gets that boy who feels some type of way about her to go in and steal a costume from the costume like drawer in the high school for their production of Pygmalion. Oh, sorry, it's called Eliza Rocks, but the production of Eliza Rocks. And so Lola, for some reason, can't remember any of her dance moves, so she gets Miss Bergoli, who's putting together the musical, and she gets her so upset that she's like, oh my god, I need to go back to the, production room, and I need to go drink something. And so at first Lola's just like, I can get it for you. She's like, no, but I need it locked away. So it's either alcohol or drugs. And honestly, Miss Bergoli, she looks like she's holding something a little, like, she looks like she does something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at some people and you're just like, you're not all clean. I can tell. Not clean as in, like, clean of, like being an addict. I mean, clean as, like, they try to be, like, so prim and proper and stuff. You got a secret. I know your secret, Miss Bergoli. You think I don't know? We know. We've been hit. Anyway. But what happens is that the boy toy, Joe Maginello, he hides in the room, and he's just like, oh, man, I was so close. I was so close to getting your dress. I almost got caught, though. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry that you almost got caught. But maybe I won't ask you to do anything again. It's too bad you couldn't get my dress. And he's like, oh, who said I couldn't get your dress? And it's kind of like, you just did. You just said I almost got caught. Sorry about that. He basically said he couldn't do it. And then she said, oh, I'm sorry you couldn't do it. And he's like, I didn't say I couldn't do it. But you did. So I didn't get that. But anyway, he hides out her dress in his car, under the hood of his car, not in the trunk, not in the seat, under the hood of his car. He hides out her dress. Whatever. They don't kiss or anything, but they like hug. I think he's gay. In headcanon, he's gay. And he's just trying to be like a really good friend. Alright, but anyway. There's not a lot that happens, right, in this little section. It's like a little 5-minute strip of time. And it's just dead space. They just like go to New York, basically. That's all that really happens. There's a montage of them like getting dressed to go to the concert. They like in the train bathroom going to New York. With their wallet and their phones and stuff. So like they put their phones like on the sink and like get changed and all that. And there's a song that's playing. And when I was watching, I had the subtitles on, so I could really see the lyrics when I was listening to them. And something that stuck out to me in the song was the lyric, "Shake your coconuts, cocoa boys, until the nut comes out." I just think that really hits me, deep in the heart. So my heart's like, Pledge Allegiance. This is Pledge Allegiance, right? This is my heart right here. It hit me deep in the heart. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, there's also nothing that happens here, so we just move on. Then Lola ends up going to the concert venue. Lola and Ella, they go there, and she's just like, okay, so where's the tickets? That's what Ella says. Lola's just like, oh, I haven't bought them yet. And so then Ella's just like, oh, okay, it seems kind of weird, but alright. And so then Lola's just like, well, how we buy tickets is by scalpers, because she's from New York, and she's cool and hip and down with it. But then the girl goes there, and she's just like, yeah, we gotta go to scalpers. And she goes straight to the ticket booth and says, yeah, how much is it for the orchestra pit? And he's like, $165. She's like, we'll take it. And so, girl, first of all, you didn't negotiate nothing, okay? She was like, you gotta be strict and firm. All you did was take the first thing he gave you, and you asked for the most expensive tickets too. What is wrong with you? And why would you not try to buy tickets to the goodbye tour beforehand? I don't understand. Maybe in 2004 they didn't have ways to buy tickets because they didn't have like the internet working like that. But that doesn't even make sense. And it just irritates me how she's like, oh, I'm from New York, I'm down, I know everything. But she doesn't know anything. She's just dumb. She knows less than Ella does, and Ella's stupid too. Oh my god. Anyway, she can't get in that way because Ella's just like, hey, that's not a good price for the tickets. But she's like, okay, sure, we'll pay them. We'll pay $165 each for these tickets. But then she's like, oh wait, I lost my money on the train. How did you leave the money on the train? Why didn't you take everything back with you, you idiots? They're just, oh my god, they're so dumb. But anyway, they don't have any money. They're in New York by themselves, in literally like in downtown New York. Then they try to sneak into the venue, but they can't do that, of course. So how does that ever work? But somehow Ella gets in, but Lola doesn't. How does Lola has like she sticks out? You know, she makes herself stick out, and that's on her. But Ella gets in, Lola doesn't. Then Lola's just like, but I can't be without her. She has some difficult health emergency, some disease, and she can't be without me because she might die if she's not with me. So then they're just like, okay, I'll throw her out too. So that's how that goes. So then they're just walking around New York, whatever. And then there's like this dude following them who's wearing a cowboy hat. I don't understand why he was wearing a cowboy hat when he was in New York, but whatever. He didn't have like a yee accent either. He was just there. But it ended up being Lola's dad, the dead one. Yes. But Lola just went away to talk to him. She told Ella, she was just like, hey, I'm just gonna take care of this. But she knew it was her dad. So she goes up to him, she's like, Dad, I'm good. Just leave me alone. And then her dad's just like, okay, bye. So yeah, then her dad just goes home, and Ella doesn't never find out that it was her dad. And I don't understand why did they tell the audience beforehand that Lola's dad wasn't really dead? You know what I mean? Like they could have kept that on for longer and then had us find out when Ella finds out. But for some reason they wanted to tell us beforehand. So I don't know. It just didn't feel as good as it should have. You know what I mean? When the reveal happened. Anyway, they try to find their way to the party. But that doesn't work, of course, because, you know, they're 15-year-old girls, so they can't just go to, you know, the after party. But what happens is that Stu Wolf gets kicked out as they're sitting there trying to get into the party. And the Stu Wolf, his bandmates are just like, man, we hate you, Stu Wolf. We're tired of you. Good thing the band's breaking up. Peace out. Peace up. A-Town down. But yeah, anyway. Oh, wait, is it peace up, A-Town down? Oh, I get that now. Peace up, A-Town down. Oh my god. Anyway, that was kind of cute. Shout out to Usher. That was cute what he did there. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, they see Stu Wolf and he's out there. He's drunk. He got kicked out of the party. He's probably on drugs too, but it's a Disney movie trying to keep it like PG, teetering on PG-13, but not really there. So they follow him to an alley, and then Ella's just like, this isn't cool. Like, there could be like literal people trying to like, you know, put us in sex trafficking, just beat us up, mug us. We don't have any money, but they can still try to mug us, or like, you know, R-word us. There's a lot of things that could happen right now. But then Lois is like, no, it's fine. We're with an adult. Also, he's drunk. The legal age to drink in England, because that's where they're from, I'm pretty sure it's like 18 to, it's at least 18. So from everything that's happening in the movie, you can tell that Stu Wolf is like grown. You know what I'm saying? He's like older than me. I'm 19 now because I just had a birthday on the 10th. That was 6 days ago. I don't know what today is, but yeah. So you can tell he's at least like 20, 21 because he's like in his ways as a drunk. You know what I mean? But yeah, so anyway, she says that at least we're with an adult, which is, you know, whatever. Because Lola's just that kind of person. So then, some type of way, I can't exactly remember what happens, but I think Stu like falls into like some garbage bags, and then they pick him up and take him to a diner. And so then they're just like, okay, don't order any food because we don't have like any money. But then Stu is just like, no, I want food. But then they just cancel the order and he gets coffee, whatever. But he still doesn't get like sobered up because he won't drink the coffee. I'm not sure if coffee actually sobers you up. Like I see it in movies and stuff. It doesn't make sense for that to actually work. But that's just what I've been seeing. I don't know. But what happens is that Stu Wolf is like, you know, F the police. And he throws a donut at a police officer. I don't even know where they got the donut from. But he threw a donut at a police officer. So the police officer just like, you know what, buddy? You're going to jail. You're coming with me. So then they all go to jail some type of way. I'm not even sure why they all went to jail. Like, shouldn't just the one dude go to jail? But I don't know. Police are going to be how police are. And we all know that different video. Yeah. So when they're in sorry, I had to read my notes. So when they're in the jail, it's like trying to get into booking. That's when, you know, they're like, okay, who are you? And he's like, I'm Steve Wolf. And so then, like, who are you? To Ella. And I was like, I'm Ella. To my parents. We live at this spot, but at the Hilton Hotel right now. This is the number to the Hilton. And so then Lola's just like, yeah, you can tell my dad. His name is, whatever. He lives here. And yeah, that's that. And so then Ella's just like, girl, why would you tell them that your dad, who's dead, to come pick us up? That don't make sense. But then Lola's just like, what are you talking about? My dad's alive. And she's like, no, you told me your dad was dead. And she's like, no, I didn't. And she's like, yeah, you did. And so then Lola gets found out. And it's kind of funny what happens. Like, I think you just gotta watch the clip I'm not gonna put clips in here because that's the kind of person I am. But yeah, you have to watch the clip because there's a whole thing of like, oh my god, you killed your dad, and then Stu Wolf is like, oh my god, she's a murderer. But it just happens, so whatever. And then when Ella asks why Lola lied, Lola's just like, because I want to see more interesting. So she killed her dad? Like, I don't. She has some mental issues, I just gotta say. Something convoluted happens at the point to get them out of jail where Lola's dad has a famous dog named Negus. And so, Negus? Negus? It was Negus. I was reading the subtitles. Maybe it was Negus. So I'm like Negus. Oh my god, look at the Negus. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's like Negus. It's Negus. I'm gonna call him Gus. He has a dog named Gus. Anyway, they have to, he comes to the spot with his dog for some reason, but he wasn't walking with his dog earlier, so he thought like, oh my god, if they saw my famous dog, they'd be like, get me out of jail quicker. I don't know. But he comes there. Stu Wolf loves his dog. He sobers up immediately when he sees the dog. He's like, oh my god, I love him. We're gonna be friends now. Also, Stu Wolf's depressed. I don't know. That's just a thing that happens. He doesn't like the rock star life. Whatever. So now we're at the party, the after party, because Stu Wolf, knows where it is. And then the back room with Stu Wolf. We're in the back room with Stu Wolf, and he's just like, yeah, let's get you into something more dry. I just feel like this part of the movie going down. I mean, things that happened before, yes, too. It gives kids, especially young girls, bad ideas of how things are supposed to happen when you're a teenager. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of movies that did this, but not in this way. Because first of all, her going to this whole trip was a mess. But her going with a man that she does not know, who's literally drunk, who's a grown man, to his after party without her dad. She's 15 years old. To the after party without her dad, going to the back room with him, with her best friend. And him being like, yeah, let's take those clothes off you and put on some new clothes. None of that is something that you will want to, have to impressionable young girls and be like, yeah, that's okay. Just go along with it. Like, no, that's literally disgusting. So I don't appreciate that at all. But something that does happen that's funny is that she asks Stu Wolf, she's like, yeah, so what do you mean when you said people are shining, waiting to get in the song, Don't Move On? He's just like, I don't know, I was probably high. But he doesn't say that. But like, he's like, I really don't remember writing that. So basically, he was probably drunk or high when he was writing his lyrics. So she's just like, wow, I was standing a man who's kind of not the best. Which happened to Justin Bieber stands back in I think that was 2013 when he said that thing about Anne Frank. So that's about, go look it up for yourself. I'm not a teacher and I'm not the internet. Then, later on, at the party, Megan Fox and Lola, they make eye contact. But when they get back to school, Megan Fox is like, yeah, girl, you weren't there. What are you talking about, you liar? And this is the only time when Megan was like a mean girl. But not like a mean girl. She was just being mean. And she happened to be a girl. You know what I mean? Because she was like, no, you're lying. You weren't there. No, incorrect. Which is like, okay, girl, she was there. But then she's like, isn't your name actually Mary? It's not even Lola, because Lola had told everyone there that her name was actually Lola. And then she's like, your dad's not even dead. Your dad's alive. I don't even know how she figured that out, but she was right. So basically, she just tells everyone in the class, or I guess school or whatever, that Lola's been lying, and then she calls her a liar again. And then we're supposed to be mad at Megan, which I don't get, because how am I supposed to be mad at her for telling everybody what she was lying about? Like, she was coming up with these pretty substantial lies. Killing her literal dad, and then she got exposed for it, and now we're supposed to be mad at the person who exposed them. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Let's see what happens later on. Oh yeah, literally 5 seconds after that, they're in the rehearsal, and for some reason Lola feels the need to confess to everything that she's done, and so she's like, Mrs. Spigoli, I took the dress and I was wearing it to Stu Wolf's party. Then Megan Fox is just like, girl, give it up. You weren't even there, which is kind of funny, but she literally made eye contact with her. Like, why are you even? Whatever. He's like, girl, give it up. You weren't even there. And then she's just like, yeah, I was there. What are you talking about? Everything happened. My dad was there. My dad has a famous dog. And then I left my necklace there at Stu Wolf's party. And Stu Wolf said he was going to FedEx it back to me through my dad. I don't really get how that works. But anyway, it comes to play later about her little necklace that she wears all the time. Then everyone laughs at Lola because, haha, you're a liar, you've been exposed, which I would laugh because anyway. But then somehow Lola's just like, I sank into a deep depression. Like, girl, get over yourself, please. How are you gonna be depressed? She wasn't really depressed. She was just upset. And I don't like them using the words like depression or showing signs of like what people actually would feel like when they're depressed. When something that happened to you was something that, for one, you caused. Not saying that you can't be depressed with something that you caused, but depression is more than just like, I felt really sad after everyone found out that I was a big fat liar. Whatever. This is another story in there that I don't like. But anyway, then Ella comes over. Why am I? That's not natural. But then Ella comes over, and she's just like, you know what, girl, you need to get up because you're literally bailing on the musical. Because she's just like, no, I'm too depressed to even go. And she's like, girl, you're letting everyone down. We're friends still. Whatever. You lied about your dad. That's just because you're not a good person. But I know that now. I don't expect you to be a good person anymore. And so she's like, okay, you know what? I will go. So she tells her mom that she's going. And then her mom goes and drops her off at the musical. And then, sits in the audience, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What else happens? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, something that happens that was kind of cute, I guess, a little bit, but at this point I really hated Lola, is that her mom's like, you're gonna do great, Lola. And she's like, oh my god, you didn't call me Mary. But she's like, nope, you're Lola now. Lola is who you are as a person. And the thing about that is that at that point I was so far gone from liking, what the heck? I was so far gone from liking Lola that I didn't care if something good happened to her. Like, I'm sorry, but just because your mom accepts who you are now, like, you're not, there's no redemption at this point, you know what I'm saying? I think it would have been cuter though if like her mom was like, no, you're Lola now, and if Lola was like actually a trans girl, then like, her mom was accepting her as like a new person and stuff. But that's not the same story as the story that I was watching. So I guess that's the story I'm going to write myself. So if anybody wants to see my story, I guess I'm going to write that, not like my story, but the story I'm going to write. Or like if someone's actually trans and they can write for themselves, because like, people that should write their own stories or stories that they would identify with. But anyway, what I'm saying is we need that story. The musical slaps. If anyone has not seen that musical, I will be linking it in the description because it is great. It's just as good as I remember it. It's just as good as I remember it being as a child. I cannot get my sentences out. If I could speak English for one day, my brain would expand so much, my skull would literally burst if I could just speak a language. Anyway. So then there's an after party at Megan Good's house, and Stu Wolf pops up at her house, and he's like, hey, I got this necklace, I'll have to give it back to Lola. And so then Megan Fox is just like, Stu Wolf, why are you at my house? And so, but then Stu was just like, you're not gonna invite me in your house, and she's just like, well, I guess I will, like, this is weird. But she's like, hey, look who came to see me, which, I mean, he didn't come to see her, but at the same time, it is her house, so I don't really have that big of a problem with that. But anyway, Stu Wolf, who also is a completely different person, he's just like, I've been in recovery for a week, I'm clean now. And so, he's literally flirting with Lola, though. And he's just like, yeah, I've been clean, I'm doing great, here's your necklace. And he puts her necklace on, and she lifts up her hair, and I remember this part being so cool when I was a kid. And I was just like, oh my god, I want someone to put a necklace on my neck. Because she just lifts up her hair, and then he looks at her neck like, oh, that's a neck right there. Yeah, it seems really cool. Then, like, Megan Fox falls into a pond that's inside of her house for some reason. It's not really important. It nothing really comes from it, but whatever. So yeah, anyway, they're like just sitting there, so Lola goes back to, Stu, and they're sitting there, they're flirting, they're just being like, oh, you're cute. I feel like I was about to sing the Zoe 101 theme song, but whatever. But see, the thing that got me, that I said, this bird's flying outside of my house, I'm sorry, they're really distracting me. But the thing that gets on me, that I said, don't forget how old Stu Wolf is. Remember, he was drunk? So he's at least 21, I'm gonna say. No, okay, at least 18. Okay, right? Lola is 15. She's confirmed to be 15 by Disney themselves in the description of the movie. Lola and Stu Wolf, not only do they flirt at that party, they kiss. There is a kiss that happens at that party. So I'm confused. What are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that a 15-year-old girl and an 18-year-old man should be together? One who's literally, like, he's a drunk? I know he's in recovery, but it's been a week. So, I mean, he's not fully recovered, which I'm not saying that people who, have had issues like that are beyond redemption, not at all. But not for a 15-year-old girl. And even if he wasn't, even if he had never touched drugs, he never looked at drugs. If a man is 18 years old, and he's with a 15-year-old girl, 15, that is, 2 years from middle school? Okay, when I was 15, bro, I was so stupid at 15 that I still thought that colorism was okay. That's how dumb you are at 15. You're not that you're dumb, but you're just inexperienced. You're a kid. You're literally a kid. You just became a teenager 2 years ago. And a man who's at least 18, literally an adult. I mean, not like an adult, but like he's grown. Okay, when you're 18, you're grown. Like you can leave school, you can start smoking legally, you can join the army and literally murder people. You're telling me that man is kissing a 15-year-old girl in this Disney Channel original movie? That is not okay at all. And I want to write a letter. I want to write a letter about that. But another thing that I have to think about that scene is that when they kiss, okay, so they dance together, right? He's like, "Do you want to dance?" He says that when it's like so regular life, but then they kiss when it like the regular transforms into storybook life, and then they kiss. So what my question is, do they really kiss, or is it just like in her head, her delusions? Because she has delusions, she's just dumb, she's Delulu. But she transformed in the movie, which is what they're trying to get across to me. That now I think that her, and she says that if you're like satisfied with yourself, like every day or everywhere you go, it's like you're being in New York. So like everywhere you are, it's like you're like the best place in the world. That's the best place for you to be if you're satisfied with yourself. So that's what I'm saying. Like her delusions are now what's actually happening with the storybook things. So she really did kiss him. I just need to know. I'm just confused. I need to know. So yeah, that happened. I really don't know what else to say about this movie. I'm just upset. I kind of wasted all my breath. I have a glass of water here that I needed to drink at least 3 times throughout this video, and I haven't even touched it. I've looked at it a bunch. So yeah, that was Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. If you think that I should do more of these videos, I'm gonna put a poll in the beginning, like not the beginning, like towards the beginning, to see if I should do more, or if you made it this far in the video, like leave a like or like a comment or something that says like, do more of these because it'd be fun. Because I think that in my head, the next one I want to do, it's gonna be about the movie Honey with Jessica Alba, and I also have some issues with Jessica Alba, not issues with her, but issues with a man and with Jessica Alba, and you'll find out if I do that video, okay? So yeah, just let me know if I should do it. I don't have much else to say. So I hope everyone's staying safe out there. Please stay safe. Please I know that everything's opening back up, but you gotta like remember what's happening. The numbers are not going down, so just wear gloves, wear a mask, and also take your mental health really seriously as well. Make sure that you're doing to stay busy, think of things maybe to like learn or like to just expand your brain, keep yourself working. There are a lot of like because I know that especially since now everyone's at home, a lot of people have been laid off of their jobs. There's a lot of an uptick in things like domestic abuse cases, child abuse, just depression in general. So in the description, I'm gonna have the links to a bunch of like different hotlines and people you can call and text or whatever that can help you get through that. Yeah, honestly, and I know we all see everything that's happening with Black Lives Matter and everything. I'm gonna leave some petitions down there too. So if you want to sign those, I hope you do want to sign those. So if you want to, you can. So yeah, that was that. I wanted to close off with my favorite line in the movie, which was, okay, when I'm Lola, I'm gonna do my regular voice. When I'm Stu, you'll be able to differentiate. So maybe sometimes we can discuss your music. Just say when. I can say when within reason. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Alright, bye everybody.